Welcome back. Last time on Wizard in the Wild you saw us visit the remaining sculptures that we hadn't seen. This time we're going to visit somewhere much more fancy. In fact, it's called New Fancy. Good morning, this is day 2 at Hawthorne Caravan Park. Ellie and I are both a bit achy this morning after all the walking we did yesterday at the sculpture park. But it was great, it was really good. Didn't have a very good night's sleep last night. Unfortunately the smoke alarm decided to start beeping with a low battery. So that was really annoying. Upset Maya for some reason or other as well. So I had to get up and get that off, take the battery out. Then couldn't get back to sleep, of course. Anyway, it is a lovely morning here. I'll swivel the camera around to show you. A few more clouds today, but oh, it's February now, isn't it? We are going out today, but right now, we can have some breakfast.
Hello! Graham's into munch mode now, aren't you, dear?
Yep, boiled eggs this morning.
Seedy breads and a croissant. Very, is it eclectic mixture? Or odd mixture? Mind you, it's not as odd as mine. Walnuts. There you go. Bet not many of you have those for breakfast. It's absolutely gorgeous. You won't believe it. I know it's the 1st of February today. And we've had very sort of challenging weather lately. It's either been really cold or really wet, hasn't it? So this is nice.
Yeah, we struck lucky, didn't we?
We did. We didn't plan it. We booked this a little while ago and just thought. We actually thought we'd have lots of time to build my Lego and do some editing, but we've done neither at all, have we? We've just been out because it's so nice. But I guess that's what it's about, really, isn't it? It's taking your opportunity to get out while it's nice and when you can.
Yeah. We'd love to actually stay another night or two, wouldn't we? But my car's in the garage and I've got to get that picked up. Yeah. So it's not possible, is it? No,
and there's also talk, which may or may not happen, that we might be sort of having a part-time share in a very mature Yorkshire Terrier. And that sort of has been taking a bit of our time while we've been away, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's our daughter's, it's not our daughter's, it's a family member's dog that doesn't get on with another dog, and she's very elderly. Apparently she's got no teeth, and she's a bit like me really, and she's about 12. So, but yeah, the two dogs are fighting, so we don't know how it's going to shape up, whether we might have her or rehome her or what. But that has been preoccupying a little bit of our thoughts.
Yeah, I didn't particularly want a third dog, but
no.
We've got a good balance with our two, I think. It works very well. They fit in with us very, very well. Or we fit in with them very, very well.
Yeah. We live our lives around them. Let's be clear about this. There is no them living their lives around us. So yeah, we really don't know how that's all going to shape up. But we'll let you know about that as well.
Yes, you might see another one.
You might. Don't know if she'll like van life or whether she'll have to stay with our daughter. It's a bit of a mystery. But and we've only met her a couple of times, haven't we?
I don't remember ever meeting her, to be honest.
Well, Yorkshire Terrier, small thing.
I know what they're like, but I don't remember meeting that one.
So yeah, we'll just have to see. I think it's a case of heart ruling head on my part, to be honest. I just feel like she deserves a good life in her dotage, bless her. So we'll just see. We'll see how it shapes up. Anyway, time to eat our breakfast and
you
get
don't
on
want to
the
watch
road.
us munching, do you?
No, you're always seeing us eating, aren't you? And we'll catch you in a bit. Fast asleep. So does anyone else have this technical problem with their magnet microphones getting attached to their watches? Not quite sure how I did that, but I better disentangle myself.
So we're going to do a quick walk before we head out in Merlin.
Well, while Graham's flying the drone, I'm going for a little explore with the girls. And This is a path we haven't walked along before. I'll show you in a minute. But yep, it's another hill going up. I'll show you, it's beautiful here. Look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? It's very steep though. Any squirrels, girls? Any squirrels? Any squirrels? Oh wow. That looks like it could be an old mine shaft. Complete with fridge freezer. Either that or the land's just given way. But I think it probably is a mine shaft. Because if you look sort of here, that's all rock. And rock doesn't usually just give way like that, does it? Bit blowy today. Mind you, probably a good thing, because you won't hear me panting quite so much. It's quite steep, this hill. This looks like a fantastic walk. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to turn back shortly. So, I didn't tell Graham I was going to go for a walk. I just thought I'll bring the girls with me and we'll just go for a little look. And it just gets better and better. Keeps me going on and on. Oh, what's over here? Another hole. You see that? It's quite deep. They've done a lot of good fencing off though. At least they made it, you can't fall in by accident. But yeah, it's a pretty deep hole. You see all the tree roots hanging on there too, can't you? It's this point. You remember Bev, the lady who runs the site, telling you about wild boar. I hope they don't like purple coats. It seems pretty quiet in the forest at the moment. Not even a squirrel for the girls to chase. Just hear the wind and a few birds, and that's about it. But I guess we better turn back. Don't want Graham getting worried. I bet this will look beautiful in the spring when all the leaves are on the trees. There's something quite nice about bare trees though, because you get to see the views a little more. Once they're all in full leaf, it'll be like a beautiful green canopy, but I imagine you won't be able to see very much because the forest is pretty dense. Although a lot of those trees are pine type trees, so I guess they don't change much from winter to summer. And this is a lot easier going back down. It looks like Graham's gone for a little explore by himself as well. I can just see his orange coat. I don't know if he's looking for me, or if he's just having a little nosy. Here he is. Well, I enjoyed my little walk, and now we've rounded everybody up, I think it's time to head back to Merlin, because we're off to New Fancy, which is also in the Forest of Dean.
So we set off for New Fancy. It's only about 5 miles up the road. The car park is quite a big one, and good news is it's free. But we did notice there were signs up saying that there's no overnight camping. Not that we needed to this time. So it's boots on, dogs out, and cameras running. Let's get going. Well, this place where we are at the moment is very fancy, and it's called New Fancy.
Maybe a little bit of what you fancy.
Is that a promise? It's an old coal mining area, quarry, and the hill that we're about to walk up was one of the old, what do you call it, slag heaps.
So this is the Forest of Dean Geomap. The Forest of Dean has got lots of different types of rock beneath the soil, and the oldest were laid down more than 400 million years ago, and they were covered by layers of rock until 190 million years ago. They were formed from silts and sands that were eroded from ancient continents. And originally these sediments formed horizontal layers that eventually became hard rock. And later, major earth movements broke and folded the strata and produced the basin-like structure of the Forest of Dean. And this is the Geomap. It was created in 2008 to show how the various rock types lie at the surface. And it was made by sculptor David Yates, using the exact rock type for each of the many strata.
And what we're walking on here is David Yates's sculpture of the Geomap. So it's all laid out into the various areas, and it represents the whole forest.
Maya's exploring the Geomap with her nose.
It's portrayed this way so you can easily see all of the different types of stone and of course coal that was mined here.
There's Merlin over there in the distance. Quite cold today, isn't it? It's not so sunny.
The new fancy viewpoint is on the former site of the original coal mine, and the viewpoint itself is on top of one of the old spoil heaps, and it provides spectacular views across the forest.
This is jolly steep. I don't know if you can see how steep this is. Phew! Looks like Graham and the girls have made it to the top. I better go and see what all the fuss is about.
And this little girl took a real shine to Luna and Maya. They make friends wherever they go. Well, up here on this viewpoint, we're about just under 200 metres above sea level. And I don't know if you can see that little village in the background there, but that's Cinderford.
It's lovely. Really lovely. Maya, the intrepid explorer. What are you doing up there? We're going round this way. But I know the quick way back to the van. I'm not going up those steps, such as they are.
Maya, come on.
Come on, Maya, come on. Good girl.
Well, we've been walking around some of the footpaths here, and I've been wondering what on earth's going on. There's a lot of the topsoil has sort of been disturbed. I'm wondering what the hell is going on. But Ellie tells me that it'll be wild boar. They scuffle around looking for roots, I suppose, something to eat.
They dig it up.
And they dig it up.
So if you see freshly dug soil where the ground's all churned up like this, that is wild boar. Where it's all turfed up like that, that is the wild boar doing it.
And that is our wild boar expert.
I'm just a boar.
I was letting them work that out.
Thanks. So that set me on a mission to try and find some footprints.
And we found some footprints, but luckily we had Maya and Luna with us, so we were protected in case any wild boars came along. This piece of art is called the Roll of Honour sculpture. The three elements of it depict stone, iron and coal. The sculpture is to honour those who lost their lives in the coal and iron mines and the quarries of the Forest of Dean. So after all that walking and talking, we're going to go and find somewhere to have a bite to eat. Join us next week to find out where we end up.
Hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you have, please do consider subscribing and liking, because it really does help us to grow the channel, and we love hearing all your comments, so comment away. Also, don't forget the Facebook group. Yes, I said group this week. Yay! The Facebook group. Yeah, please join that too.
At this point I was going to say that's a wrap, but do you think that's a bit corny?
Well, yeah, it is a bit corny. It's also inaccurate. It's a pita bread.
Oh, I do get confused. That's why you do the cooking.